I'm excited to show this one. I don't think I've shown this one in a while, maybe since July. Hoya Latifolia. Now, these were cuttings that were not splashy from my Latifolia Snow Queen. I cut all the green leaves off just to promote a new growth point from an existing node that's already splashy. So I took all these green ones and I was gonna get rid of them. Like, I don't know, oh my God, these are so pretty. The Hoya Latifolia. Wow, the Snow Queen, in my experience of growing it, it has smaller leaves than this. And you can see from the beginning, like the leaves weren't that big. Do you see this? But now, look at these big leaves. It's crazy. I'm trying not to like touch them. I'm clearly doing a poor job because I'm just like touching that one. I just like have to. It is so pretty. And then there's a new leaf on this side, on the other side. I mean, this is new as well. You can see how light it is. This is a newer leaf. And then you could see these babies up here. You see, she's growing so well. Like she was climbing up. Look at how small this one is compared to this one. Are you kidding? Or this one. Look at this. I don't, no words. Living in Pond. This is one I was actually very excited to show y'all before I started filming because obviously there are a lot on this list that I haven't showcased, but this is just everything. Hoya Latifolia. Hoya Latifolia Snow Queen. I just thought I'd show this one since I showed the Latifolia. So this actually isn't the mother. From the mother, I took the splashy leaves and I wanted to preserve it because I know splash is so temperamental sometimes. And you can see that it is a lot more splashy than what I showed you before. And so these are the mother leaves. You can see this one only, I think it was only like half. This one, even though she's damaged, look how splashy. This one here. Do you see that? So there are different degrees of splash, but ultimately I'm just so happy that they're still possessing it. You can see in this new leaf also. It's so exciting. Is this new? No, it's not. Can you imagine this trellis just being full of splashy Latifolia leaves? I'm so excited. Yeah, so I think there are 4 propagations in here. I'm overall happy. Again, obviously I wish it was more splashy, but like I will take this, especially looking at how green the leaves were with the Latifolia. So that is her. Okay, the mother not doing that great. Okay, I lied. So the mother, which started off these two pointy leaves here, those existed when I first got the plant. Ever since I took those cuttings from the previous one, she kept pushing out green leaves. It was wild, and you can see, look how many times. Do you see all of that? So many times. So I've only kept 2 vines. One over here has this leaf, and this one is the one that's pushing out this tendril. Kind of worried because I don't see, like sometimes you can see a little bit of splash in the juvenile leaves. I don't see anything. And then this one, which has like my favorite leaf. Do you see this? This leaf is so splashy. I love it so much. From this leaf and this growth point, it is pushing out a tendril there. So I'm gonna see, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, like it doesn't favor one plant. I tend to find that if I feed it appropriately, it'll sustain both the growths. And that's another reason why I put in leca, so I can change the nutrients often. And so it's getting a fresh set of nutrients every 2 to 4 weeks. But yeah, those are all my Hoya Latifolia Snow Queens. One of my babes, Hoya Crassipetiolata Splash. Look at this. So was this one of the first ones that, from those propagations that I took in the winter last year, I put them all in this big planter of pon. It is incredible how much it's filled up this planter. And in my experience, it grows like a weed. It just needs a good root system. From that point, it'll take off. It really will. I don't know. It's wild. It is wild. So many memories. This one is also another Hoya where I'm not necessarily blasting it with a grow light. However, she is up against my south-facing window. So during the summertime, she got a lot. And it's evident in the growth. Like you can see that she's really full. I don't know how many propagations are in here. I want to say maybe. There might be 8 plants in here, but I mean, look at the material. Splash. And silver Hoyas. That's totally my vibe. And like big leaves. Maybe like all Hoyas really. Wow. Oh my God. I'm like holding it like this. Oh, I love this Hoya. It is so pretty. This Hoya lives with my Thai constellation, so she is getting like a lot of leaf coverage. So the light source is mainly just hitting her from the side. I think now that I got rid of my Hania, I could put it right there, right under grow light. Do I want that? Do you know what? She seems happy. I think I might put her back where she is, because she is doing her thing. Look at her. Then actually, wow. Then I took propagations from the propagations. See how fast it is? I can't even tell. I think these are the mothers. So the ones that already had roots. In pond, I'm currently blasting them with light. Not a lot of movement except for maybe. That's new. And then the props. It's funny that the props are like pushing out new growth faster. I'm pretty sure, I hope I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure these ones are the cuttings. So you can see right over there, look at that. Where else? This tendril with this baby leaf. That is so cute. Oh, this one. Look at that. That is so cute. And just, I don't know. It's just an incredible fast-growing Hoya. I am shook. 3,000 foot candles currently. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer because there are some that I don't see any new growth. And so I just want to make sure that they build that root system, they push out a little bit more growth, and then I'll move them away to maybe like 1,000. But Hoya Crassipetiolata. Wait, I have another one. How many Crassipetiolatas do I have? Uh-oh, Polyneura. I need to take a picture of this because like, this is the issue with Hoyas. Their tendrils, if they're fast growing, they'll just latch onto anything. Okay, Future Kevin put the picture. Do you see this chaos?
Oh, I don't want to cut it though. How do I free you? How do I free it? Also, I like, don't want to look directly into the grow light because you're not supposed to. I love how I was like, I have 0 issues. Can we let go? Okay, that didn't, okay. Why should I feel discouraged? Okay, let me just get the Hoya out first. I think, oh no I can't. Why should the shadow come? Why should my heart feel lonely?
I'm so happy that I actually like freed it without it breaking. That was a tendril that was caught. I can't believe I have another one. This is the other one. Do you see? This is an example of how fast this plants. So this one's been living in Leka. There's only one plant in here because she's the mama. I've never seen a There's 2 peduncles. I didn't even notice these. They're not even close, so I'm not gonna get my hopes up. Oh my God, where is it? I don't want to touch it. How come every time? Oh, every time, y'all. Every time I feel. Did I break one? How come it looks like it's like bleed? Did I break one? I definitely broke some. I'm sorry. Do you see? Wow, look at that. Okay, so that's one. The second one is like younger and it's over here. Oh my God, it's not focused, but right over there. Oh, that is wonderful news. Okay, let me just take the clips and just make sure that this one doesn't like attack anyone else. What number are we on? 22. Hoya Tequila Sunrise. I'm like wondering because like see, it's hard to keep track sometimes. I'm actually shocked that I only have this one. Did I get rid of a lot of them? Tequila, look at her. I only started giving this one higher light, and obviously you can see, oh my God, such a cute leaf over there. Look at this. Hi, cutie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I only started giving this one higher light. This one took the place under this table, right under a grow light when I gave those other Hoyas to my mom. And I mean, it shows. Again, like, look at her. She is gorgeous. There is texture, you can see. The leaves are pretty firm. But anyhow, I don't have much to say about this one because I find she hasn't really pushed out that much growth since I transferred her into pond. And there's a lot of plants in here. There's like 4 or 5, and I'm shocked that it's not more full. Maybe now that I'm giving it a lot of light, maybe I'll see substantial growth, but we'll just see. Hoya Tequila Sunrise. Okay, I'm so sorry. Before I continue, I just found another Latifolia Snow Queen. This one was pushing out green leaves, so I cut them completely off. And now I'm hoping she'll work on another growth. So that's why she looks like this. But do you see why I took these leaves? They are super splashy. Okay, continuing. Just outstanding. Hoya Hellwigiana. Hi. Okay, controversial opinion. I kind of like when they're smaller than what she is now. Like, I want to cut this vine off so badly. Oh my gosh. I don't know why. I just miss the bush, like, you know, I mean, she's still a bush. Like, clearly, look at her. Again, new leaves come out. They're so pink, so red. And yeah, she has bloomed for, ooh, she's getting close. Oh, wow. This, ever since I transferred this one into a new medium, because she was in the pond substitute before, she has just blessed me with peduncles, and she has bloomed so many times. I can't even count. And also, I took cuttings. Please don't spill. So I think that's just so wild. Should I cut it again? Okay, calm down. She's in pond. I am blasting her with light. The grow light's right here, so 3,000 foot candles. And again, I just keep on top of the watering. In my opinion, this is a thirsty Hoya. And, oh, actually, maybe I like that there's like all these like cute little dancing ends of the tendrils that are like pink. Like, maybe I like it. Okay, I need to simmer down. I think it's because I've been standing for so long. It might not look like it. It's been like 3 to 4 hours. So we're in the loopy phase. Okay, Hoya. Oh wait, I have props. There is new growth. I know it doesn't look that great, but do you see the pinks right there? That's new. You can see it because like the new growth is pink. Wow. Still keeping the water level really high. I know the root system has grown because obviously there's leaves and a lot of leaves. Again, I just need to make sure that it's large. I just need to make sure that ones that haven't rooted yet, they root. So I'm still keeping it pretty high. Hoya Hellwigiana inner variegated. Oh my gosh, I'm getting the next Hoya. This is another one where the tendril is just going through everything. But she, Hoya Forbesii. Please focus. So silver. Look at that. There's more up here. Do you see that? So cute. And like, this is the tendril. There is a second plant in here, and I took a top cutting, so these leaves are a bit more smaller, but they're still as cute. And like, look at that setup there. So yeah, honestly, an amazing Hoya, and not much to say. I got this in a plant trade. I really wanted this Hoya, obviously because of the silver. I got it from one of my patrons, and I love her. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. So Hoya Forbesii silver. One that's doing so well right now. Hoya Forbesii. Oh my gosh. Just how different the leaves look. I think I spoke about this one and how she's, first of all, really large, dark, the veining. There is texture on the edges and on the surface. I got this a while ago, and I am really excited that she's finally pushing out a lot of growth. I did find with this one specifically, it's one of the only Hoyas I have that really was upset when she was right under a grow light. I have this one off to the side and like on this shelf here because before I propagated it and put the new plants in this pot, you know, I was following my rule, which was blast your Hoya with light. The leaves, they got really yellow. I don't want to try it again because she's actually like doing so well. Do you see this? I don't know. It's just, to me, a very fascinating Hoya, like just watching it grow. And yeah, I really want to see the flowers because this one is one of my older Hoyas and it hasn't bloomed for me yet, but that would be wonderful. Hoya Forbesii. So I see bits and parts of this plant, but never in its entirety. I'm so impressed. Hoya CV MV, that was just a guess. Overall, I'm so impressed with how many leaves there are. I know that previously my Mathilde pushed out super splashy leaves. Y'all remember I took cuttings, I put them in a planter of pond just because I wanted to promote the nodes that had the splash. It didn't work. I think there might have been another tendril that was part of the plant, but she just continued to push out these beautiful round leaves. You can see that there is like minimal splash, just a little bit, not really. I guess you can see a little bit over here. But look at this one. So this is one of the newer leaves. So do you see that I cut all the way back because I want to promote a node here? Literally zero movement. I pushed out new growth from the other side, which has beautiful splash. But yeah, not a lot. The other leaves down here, beautiful. I mean, this is just absolutely stunning, but I'm happy because I don't know if y'all remember, but it was just tendrils all over the trellis and it didn't have any leaves. I didn't want to propagate this tendril down because there are a couple peduncles. These blooms are my absolute favorite. I think they are my favorite because they're beautiful. It's one of my favorite scents when it comes to Hoyas. That's why I didn't cut down the tendril, because I wanted to preserve the peduncle. And so here we are. Not as splashy, but again, I'm so happy to see that the leaves are here. They're here. The propagation, so I took 3. These didn't have as much splash as the other one, but look, do you see this leaf? Sometimes you never know. Sometimes you never know. And tell me, people that have this plant, I would like to know. Is this a plant that will just push out like super splashy leaves just randomly, regardless of the genetics in the node? I still kind of believe that it's the genetics in the node. Y'all saw the other plant that from the old leaves that had like half splash, it pushed out like a super splashy leaf. And then the other tendril, it was very minimal. See this leaf here, it's actually coming from this plant, but on the other side of the node. So I'm almost wondering, I'm not remembering what the leaf looked like on the other side of this pairing when it existed. Oh my god. As you can see, tendrils going off, and I've been trying to be gentle. It seems like they're fine, actually. Let me put more. Depending what I see in the rest of the tendril here, like I can't necessarily see what that's gonna look like, but I might cut it down to here if it continues to do like less splashy leaves. And we'll see. Okay, the OG Hoya Albomarginata. So y'all saw in a Wax Plant Wednesday video, she had this long tendril. I attached another bamboo trellis here. She has since pushed out a couple leaves. So 1, 2. There was one here that I broke off, and then I broke the tip. I broke the tip, but there is a new leaf, which I think is hilarious. And there are new leaves coming. Do you see that? So I'm gonna try to be careful. Oh, and there's a new growth right over there, which is wonderful. So yeah, she's tall, so I'm not giving it as much light as I would normally want. She's getting like lights on each side when usually I prefer when the light is like hitting it. I don't know if that's why there's not a lot of leaves on this trellis compared to when she was getting a ton of light. She pushed out all these leaves and the internodes are just closer together. She's getting my west facing window and then grow lights from each side, and it's the only place I could put her. I don't know, I can't put her under a grow light because she is a beast. Look at her. This was actually a gift from my boyfriend long ago. 4 years ago, we went to a plant shop, and this is when I was getting into like all these plants. And I saw this and I was like, oh, and then at the time I was like, $36. Like I was shook by those prices. So this will always have a special place in my heart. I think this might be the only plant that my boyfriend has bought me. So here she is, Hoya Albomarginata. Ooh, this is gonna be one of my favorites. Hoya Hellwigiana. So this Hoya is one of the newer additions, I would say. Look at this already. I'm so scared. I don't want to touch it. Do you see this? Remember what she started out as? 2 leaves without any roots or minimal roots. Just beautiful. You can see that she's going off. Do you need to train her down? I think the last time like the tendril wasn't long enough, so I didn't want to just like clamp it down and kill it. So maybe I'll clamp it now. It's always interesting because I usually do this with Hoyas just to see what they're able to take and if they'll survive when you train a tendril down, just so I know for the future. We'll see what happens, but I'm so excited. Look at that. I don't even know. This one is under 2 grow lights, but it's not close. Like the 2 grow lights are up here. So you can see that she's lost her redness when it comes to the sun stressing. But y'all, this plant sun stresses so beautifully, and you can see that. I mean, just picture this red. It is so pretty. I didn't even know this Hoya existed until Eloise from Plentiful Minds sent it to me. Thank you again for sending me this beautiful, beautiful plant. I'm in love. And I want to put it down because I'm scared. Just a great addition. to my collection, Hoya Hellwigiana. Okay, another one sent from Plantiful Minds, Hoya Fitchii. Look at this. So I attached a small clear trellis here. It's climbing it wonderfully, and you can see that I did the same thing with the clips. Man, oh man, it is wonderful just being introduced to new plants that you normally wouldn't, like, again, this wasn't on my radar, but I'm so happy. I always compare this one to the Cutis Porcelana, and y'all know how much I love that one. This one looks so cute on the trellis too. Are you kidding? Look at this. It looks so good. Same situation. This one lives under 2 grow lights, but pretty far. So, I mean, that's why you don't see any sun stressing and they're just completely green. Very excited to see the blooms. Very excited in the future to see the sun stressing. The Hoya Fitchii. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Hoya Wilbur graves. Look at this. Oh, the silver is everything. Are you kidding? Look at that silver. That silver is, I mean, and I just like never know what the leaves are gonna look like because sometimes they're just speckly, which is fine, but like you can see that there's quite a balance. Like this side's green, this side is super silver. Actually, so stunning. Look at this. I've always wanted this one, and I know there's different varieties of this plant. Again, there just wasn't an opportunity to buy this plant, and I finally did a plant trade, and here we are. Can you imagine this trellis being like full? Also, June, yeah, I got this in June. Can you believe the growth? I think, yeah, it was 2 cuttings. I don't know. It's just so exciting. Okay, Hoya Wilbur graves. Okay, y'all, this is number 30. So I was wrong when it comes to my guess because there's a few more left. Hoya Archboldiana, outer variegated. I am so excited to see this growth because I've said this before. I find that this is the slowest Hoya. I don't know what it is because even my Archboldiana, the plain one without variegation, that one I thought was slow until I saw this plat. This one's slower in my experience. This is the mother plat. I took a few cuttings. I'm excited. I do have to transfer this to another planter. But yeah, they usually kind of look reddish, I would say. And then they fade to the green and then the variegated outsides. I don't know, there's another. Only time will tell, okay. But the tip is still intact. Okay, I'm gonna put it down. Oh, here. I was like, where did it go? Okay, these are the 2 that are in pond. So I put one of those small trellises here. Beautiful. This is what the leaves looked like. So this pair and that pair, 2 cuttings. And I guess this showcases more. You can't really see the variegation. You will see it later. You can see that these leaves are new and they're red, like I was saying. And yeah, you can see just a touch of variegation, not that much. It's just exciting because these ones are at the top of the trellis. And yeah, I'm actually shocked at how fast these ones are growing compared to when she was living in Lekka. And I don't know if it's because these cuttings feel more secure in the pond. I don't know. But again, that's another thing that I just love, comparing Lekka versus pond, which one grows better. And obviously like sample size is a factor. And that's another reason why I like propagating, because then you see multiple plants and you're not just basing it on one plant. This is a small sample size, clearly. There's only 2 cuttings in pond, 1 in Lekka, so this is a very bad example. But with all the other Hoyas in this video, y'all know that I have so many of them. But yeah, Hoya Archboldiana, outer variegated. Okay, y'all, 31. This is going to be one of my favorites. I mean, it's still a baby, but Hoya Clemensiorum variegated. Oh my gosh. Okay, so another plant that I got from Marnie from a plant trade, and I had no idea this plant existed. And she was like, oh, you have to have this one. And I was like, sure, why not? And like, I didn't get the appeal until I saw the texture in the leaves. I don't know. It's really hard to show you, but there's texture. It's so wild. Obviously the outer variegation aspects, and then when you subject it to a lot of light, like to the newer leaves, they're pinky. They're like pink. So pretty. I think I propagated this a couple times because I wanted more and I wanted a fuller plat. But look at her. Like sometimes you could get leaves that are totally so hard to show. But do you see that? 31, Hoya Clemensiorum, outer variegated. Hoya chinghungensis. I'm so happy that Now that the mother is in a new substrate, I took propagations, she's now branching everywhere. I just want this one to go wild again. Because y'all remember, I did grow this plant really long. Like she kept like pushing out new growths and she was like to the floor. But look how pretty this plant is. So fast. This plant is so fast. Obviously when you give it the right conditions, and definitely one I would recommend. The propagations. Look at this pa. I keep saying that every time I show this. One of them, I put a lot in this, oh my gosh, saucer. And you can't really see it when I go like that, but when I go like this, you can see the little plants. Like, it's wild. Look at that. So she's doing well. I don't know when I'm gonna transfer these. There's just some that still haven't rooted. Maybe I should just give up on those. I don't know, there's so many that are awake. Yeah, it's hard because there's so many colors, but when I go like that, ooh, look at all those. Okay, so that's the pa. And then this one. I'm actually shocked that this one hasn't pushed out more growth compared to the pa, but there is growth. The blooms, it blooms multiple times. Flowers, they look very similar to the Hoya Bella, and I was like shook. I was like, are we related? Hoya chinghungensis. Hoya Bella Lidabui. Now, I know there are some vines that are more green, like this one. I bought this plant having the inner variegation. When you have a plant like this and it branches, like sometimes you get a green vine. I get this question a lot when it comes to how do I get the mix when it comes to the Hoya Bella. It was random. It just pushed out a growth that was more green. Even when I ended up propagating this plant, there were a lot of green growths and I just cut them completely off. I'm probably gonna do the same with this, but I kind of like the mix. It looks pretty cute. So similar to the chinghungensis, y'all. Can't believe she's back to normal because I had to rehab these plants so much. Okay, remember I took props? I took props and I put them in this cup. Surprisingly, I thought they were goners. I'm not gonna lie. After doing those updates, I was like, I don't think these are gonna survive. Look at that. There's new growth from many places. I don't know when I'm gonna take these out. I'm just gonna keep an eye and like maybe like a few more leaves along the tendril. The ones that were in here, I don't even know. There's only one that grew, and that's this one. You can see the other ones, because remember I shoved a few at the edge. The Hoya Bella. Okay, they're just cuttings now, but y'all know that she was a beast and she kept blooming for me. Don't mind. I think it's buckwheat from the beneficials. So this is Hoya Fitchii 023. So there is new leaves. I only kept 3 cuttings, and now they're pushing out so much growth. Look at that. I think also these 2 leaves are new. Oh, that's so wonderful. In pond, because I've never grown this plant in pond. My original plant, when she was going off, she was in leca, and she did not stop blooming. If y'all want a bloomer, y'all need to get this plant. The only issue, drip, drip, drip everywhere. I think there's a picture I'm showing. It's so messy, so sticky. And that's another reason why I kind of got rid of the rest of the plant. Because those blooms, they're pretty. I still think they smell like gin. Anyone else? No one? But yeah, I just want to see how they grew in pond. And the black borders are everything. Like, look. You can't really see it, but they do have just blacks. Do you see that here? It is so pretty in my opinion. Hoya CV MV 023. I don't even know the name of this one. I stood here for so long and I'm like, what is the name of this? I know it's a UT variety, but another one I had to rehab. And before, when she was, you know, doing her thing, she was so fast. She bloomed for me and I was like, girl, look at you. You can see that there's so many new leaves up here. Look at that. Oh, I can't believe how fast it's grown ever since I transferred it into a new substrate, because she was in a pond substitute, which had small pieces of bark. And yeah, she's getting more light now. I think that's why she's taken off. But Hoya UT, okay, I always get the name of this wrong. Hoya, it's not Cinnamofolia. I keep saying Cinnamofolia, it's not that. Another one, like the previous, grew really quickly. Then I had to rehab her, took 3 cuttings, and she has since grown so much up this. I think this is a large trellis, y'all. Oh, you can see tendrils galore, but wow. I'm keeping this plant because, like, look, this is one of the mother leaves. It grew so large and the leaves were so big. I really want a full plant with these leaves cascading. I really want them. Plus the flowers. If this is the purple one, the flowers are just everything. So I'm hoping now that I have 3 plants, it increases the odds of them pushing peduncles. Here she is. Oh, there's so many new growths. Hoya Mathilde. This is just the green one. And these are all cuttings from green vines that my splashy variety pushed out. But you can see that they're still maintaining their green. But look at them. The Mathilde is the plant that I've propagated the most, I think. I've given so many plants away. It doesn't require a lot. Again, I said Hoyas do appreciate highlight, but the Mathilde can actually take lower light compared to other Hoyas. In my experience, we're gonna start from the beginning. They're already growing so well. Look at the new green leaves. It's, oh my God, it's everything. Hoya Mathilde, Hoya Clemensiorum, black leaves. So I gave the big one to my mom. Oh, I'm spilling everything. Where's a towel? But I think I mentioned this in my plant tour video. I was like, when I propagated this plant like 2 years ago, I only had a 50% success rate, and like that bugged me. So far, everyone's alive. A couple of them have pushed out new leaves. You can tell because they're like super black. I'm just like spilling water everywhere. Oh my gosh, it's happening still? Super black over here and over here, like so beautiful. So I just want to see how these grow. If anything, I'll give this plant to a friend. This plant blooms so much. And in my opinion, the Hoya, when she's rooted, is super easy. But yeah, Hoya Clemensiorum, black leaves. Hoya Lobii, black flowers. They're not really black. They're like more purple, I would say. I think I mentioned this in my plant tour video. 2 years ago when I got this plant, I took 2 cuttings from the existing mother, but both the propagations perished. And it's bugged me to this day that I've never successfully propagated this plant. I got rid of the mother. I think I took 4 cuttings. You can see that she is thriving. Look at these. There's 2 new growths that are kind of intertwined in each other. There's a new tendril. I think I might have knocked over the growth point anyhow. And this one's the only one that hasn't pushed out any growth, but she's firm. When I pull her, she's staying. I think we're good. Anyways, because I wasn't successful in propagating this plant, I wanted to try again. Clearly, I'm gonna label this as a success already. And on top of that, I've never grown this plant in pond, and I want to see. She seems pretty happy right now. She grew so fast in Leca. And so yeah, Hoya Lobii, black flowers. I can't believe we're at 40. Hoya Australis Lisa. Y'all remember my big one. Out of control, I had no room. So I took a few cuttings. I've never tried this plant in pond. It's always been in Leca and has grown so well in Leca. And I've also never trailed or have had this plant trailing. So far, I think because she's under grow light, she's looking real good. You can see the reds, the fall vibes. And one of my first Hoyas, I think after I got the Carrii, I might have got this one. I only bought it because I was like so obsessed with the variegation, but also at that time I hated Hoyas. And for me, I was like, okay, Kevin, don't jump to conclusions, like buy a few. So I bought the Carrii, I bought the Australis Lisa, and then through time, I really grew to like them. I think also, like in the past, people kept saying that Hoyas are so slow. That was a lie. Give them the right care and they are rapid growers. Okay, Hoya Australis Lisa. Okay, don't laugh. Hoya Australis albomarginata. Beautiful Hoya. Here's the thing though. Usually Kevin put in a picture. This plant, and I didn't record anything for this, but I just took this picture. This plant was only pushing out variegated leaves. And so recently I chopped the entirety of the plant that was variegated because it's not sustainable. And I'm just starting from the beginning. So here we are. Probably my smallest, I guess, Hoya. I'm still so excited to see how this grows. Hopefully I don't get like super variegated leaves moving forward. Like hopefully it's like just a little bit just like this, because they look so cute. That's about it for this one. Hoya Australis albomarginata. Hoya Hoya yellow flowers. So y'all know that I had the pink one. She was huge. She's with my mom. I think she might die. The yellow one though, I feel like I didn't give a chance. And the foliage is quite different. I spoke about this maybe like a year or two ago, but these leaves are more round. In my experience, they're a tad darker, which is interesting. I don't know, a bit more speckly than the Hoya pink. So I took 3 cuttings. They're already starting to root, which is wonderful. I'm just excited to start this journey with this one again. Hoya yellow flowers. Hoya compacta albomarginata. I recently did a plant trade. The way I introduce plants into my collection, like in this room, I put them under harsh isolation. Introduce beneficials, so I put them in this like clear bin next to my kitchen really. Beneficials for about a month, take it out of the bin, still in my living room, and then I monitor it for an additional month. Ever since I had that spider mite situation a year ago, that's how I do it. In the living room right now, I'm really excited to propagate that plant and grow it. That Hoya is another plant where I'm just like, I've always wanted some sort of compacta because I think it's so weird and I know it's so common, but like, I'm so excited. Okay, 43. Who guessed 43? Be truthful, be truthful. I was wrong. I guessed 30. That is wild. I am so happy I got to share these Hoyas with y'all. I just love Hoyas. I love growing Hoyas, the different varieties of Hoyas and how like they surprise you with their blooms, for example. And yeah, wow, I'm just so happy. You know, I don't usually ask for this, but if y'all made it to the end, can you please like this video? Can you please leave a comment? Can y'all share this video? I think sharing in the algorithm or saving a video on YouTube, it really promotes you into like the recommended. That's what I hear. I don't know if that's true. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kevin. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the very end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.